Hey everyone, so I recently had the chance to test out new earplugs designed to reduce the pressure in your ears while flying, and I have to say that I'm pretty impressed. These new Aviation Earplugs are made by Eargasm, which is one of my favorite earplugs companies, known previously for their amazing high-fidelity earplugs, which lower the volume of your environment and surroundings while still allowing you to hear music and conversations clearly. As a side note, if you haven't tried high-fidelity earplugs before, they're amazing for tinnitus and Meniere's patients, and I will link to more info below. But today, I wanted to talk to you guys about their new aviation earplugs because flying can be a huge challenge for tinnitus and Meniere sufferers. Between the unhealthy foods sold in airports, the stressful nature of a long day of travel, and the changes in atmospheric pressure while airborne, there are a lot of things that can cause problems. Now, during flights, airplane cabins are pressurized, but only to about 6,000 to 8,000 feet above sea level. And if you take off from sea level, like I do here in South Florida, that's a significant and rapid change in atmospheric pressure. Now, if you've flown before, you know how much takeoffs and landings can affect your ears. Ear fullness, popping, and pain are all common because the pressure in your inner ear doesn't change as quickly as the air pressure of the cabin, causing the eardrum to swell inwards or outwards. Now, of course, it's entirely possible to equalize the pressure in a variety of ways, but when you live with tinnitus, Meniere's disease, or other vestibular disorders, these pressure changes can be far more problematic, especially if your symptoms are often triggered by changes in barometric pressure or changes in the weather like thunderstorms. Now, I want to be clear that barometric pressure changes are not one of my major triggers. Now, occasionally a storm front will roll in and it will trigger a temporary spike in my symptoms, but it's rare, and I generally don't have a problem equalizing the pressure in my ears when I fly. So when I tested these earplugs on two different flights, I focused on how well they equalized the pressure in my ears for me, so I didn't have to, hold my nose and blow out or do anything else to equalize the pressure. And I was quite surprised at how well they worked. On both flights, the pressure in my ears remained more or less equalized the entire time I had them in. And I found them very comfortable to wear for long periods of time. And they actually worked really well as normal earplugs too, offering about 20 decibel noise reduction at the same time. Now this technology, air pressure equalization filters in earplugs is not exactly new. A disposable version of this kind of earplug called earplanes has been around for a long time. Many of you may have tried these, but earplanes are only good for a few flights and don't offer much in the way of noise reduction, whereas the Eargasm ones, aviation earplugs, are entirely reusable and have a far more durable filter. So are they worth it for tinnitus and Meniere sufferers? I definitely think so, and I would recommend grabbing a pair and giving these a try on your next flight. But it is important to know that cabin pressurization problems primarily affect the middle ear rather than the inner ear, which is affected by Meniere's disease and then some underlying causes of tinnitus and other vestibular disorders. So if changes in barometric pressure are a big trigger for you, then these may not give you the level of protection you might be hoping for during flights, but you will still likely get some protection. And so in my opinion, it's worth at least giving them a shot. And the price is pretty good too. With the discount code MINDOVER, that's one word, all lowercase, that Eargasm was nice enough to provide for everyone, you can get a set along with this metal keychain carrying case for less than $18 before shipping. You can also find them on Amazon, and I'll put links to everything below. So I hope you guys give these a try, and if you've tried them already, be sure to leave a comment and let us know how they worked for you. The one thing I was not able to test, but I would have liked to be able to test, is whether or not these earplugs can help to protect you against changes in barometric pressure when not flying. So that's an interesting avenue that I'm going to be exploring. But if anyone else has these and has gotten to use them while flying or while not flying, maybe during a thunderstorm, leave a comment below. So that's all from me for today. Thanks, everybody.